actually come to realize and see for myself when I actually carry out what I call my baby bump programs is that the women who actually breastfeed exclusively and exercise at the same time, over and above the additional remedies that are sometimes communal, because some people also go through different kinds of massages, etc., that are additional to that, find themselves, one, in a better psychological place to interact with your children, they're in better health, and because of that, they are also able to balance out what they're taking in. I might say we should not take in our thermoses of porridge. No, I think porridge is important, but I think we should not overdo it. Why do I think that? I like the lady who talked about soup. I like the soup story. And there's something that I like to call liquid meals. And usually I think I've seen one bump today. Usually we encourage this when you're actually getting into your third trimester. And what liquid meals are, you see how we have served ourselves today? That portion of food. And first you make your soup. And ideally, this is how I recommend you make the soup. Yes, you buy your bones and throw them into a pot, preferably an earthen pot. If you don't know where to get one in Nairobi, see me. I can direct you where to get one. And you can, yes, use a jiko on it. I prefer earthen pots because you get better quality of soup. So once you put it into the pot, after the first boil, please pour it out and do two things for me. No, actually three. One, let it cool and remove the top layer of it. Secondly, the bones themselves, remove the extra meat and the marrow. The meat you can eat. The marrow, please give it to the cat, the dog, not your help, and please don't put it into your system. This is how moms initially begin to develop high cholesterol, either during pregnancy or after pregnancy. Leave the marrow alone. Then put back the bones back and boil that soup until it's white like a sheet of paper. That means is that when you look at the bones, they'll be so brittle, because what you'll have done, you'll have leached out a lot of, if not most of the calcium from the bone, and that kind of soup is what gives you the best quality soup. And depending on your personality, your preference, some people like to throw in onions, tomatoes, different things inside there. Whatever it is that you have, a liquid meal is, you serve yourself and mix this too. So it's something that you can actually take on the go. And this removes the pressure of saying that I have not taken any fluids, I will not have sufficient amount of milk for my baby. And it is something that you can actually carry with you in a little thermos and drink as you go. And the issue of actually I'm so hungry that I will eat anything around me, what's on my plate and what's on my neighbor's plate and what they are cooking next door. It removes that pressure from your system and allows you to continuously nourish yourself. And because you're not loading up yourself with so much energy, this is how we gain weight. The math is very simple. You take in more than your body is using, it will stop. You take in just enough and engage in physical activity, your body will be forced to go into what it has stored to utilize, and that's how you get rid of the weight. There's no magic about it. And I always say that moms are some of the most fortunate and blessed people on the face of this earth, because for as long as you're breastfeeding, naturally, your body begins to actually increase the rate at which it's burning energy, what we like to call metabolism by using big words, and you shift your weight a lot faster. The only challenge we have is because your mom, your sister, your mom-in-law, everybody wants so much the very best for the baby, we want to stuff everything down your system. And the love is appreciated, but you need to measure the amount of love you're putting into your mouth. So that is what I would like to talk about, moms. The other thing is how much rest you get. You'll allocate, yes, your 30 minutes, hopefully, to exercise, and even the days you don't feel like exercising, your body will remind you. Usually if you do it continuously for 21 days, your system will then continue going forward to actually alert you and tell you, you know what, Wanjiko, you have not exercised today, get out and do it. The other thing is rest. Now, I need to define rest. Rest is not lazing around and saying, trying to send everybody or feeling guilty that this is the time I could be arranging the children's clothes and not actually taking time out. Rest is actually literally putting your feet up. Because in the normal human cycle, you are actually required to sleep, 6 to 8 hours, isn't it? But when baby comes, that becomes a luxury. So there's something called power naps. And this is what I want to encourage all moms and moms to actually seriously consider. You may not be able to put in the 1 hour of sleep. But at that point when baby takes a nap, as much as you may want to actually clear the dishes in the kitchen, restrain yourself for half an hour, put your feet up. You may probably knock off. If you need to put an alarm to remind you to wake you up after 30 minutes. Take the power nap, then go to the kitchen if you're the one who's cleaning up to clean up. That rejuvenates your system. And the moment you rejuvenate your system, a couple of things begin to happen which also benefit your baby. Your system also begins to rejuvenate, and that means also over and above what you've eaten and you're exercising, the quality of your milk is also improved because you have rested. So rest is critical. Now that we have talked about moms, let's talk about baby. I think we are all in agreement, 0 to 6, we are breastfeeding. Am I right? Exclusively? I'm seeing some nodding, others want to hide under the table. I'd want to take this a little bit differently. I'd like to ask a question, which hopefully I'll get responses from all of you. If you're not breastfeeding or did not breastfeed for 6 months exclusively, what challenges did you face? Because it's a better way to answer this question than me to tell you what you should do.
The child gets sick all the time.
When you don't breastfeed?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And also the child gets weak.
Define, explain weak.
If she or he is supposed to grow well, he did not have a good healthy, and also he will be ready for getting teeth. The teeth to come off.
Usually postpartum stress.
That's a good
major
one.
Okay, apart from the kid being sick every time, you find yourself just crying without no reason. Someone else asks you, what are you crying? You don't know. So that's a major challenge I faced.
Okay.
If you try breastfeeding more, it really, at least you bond with the child. So that's another problem of not breastfeeding exclusively.
And the fact that everybody is focusing on baby, we rarely pick it out in terms of what you experience and what you go through. I will ask this lovely lady just come and share her total experience with that, because I think it's something that it's good to hear it from a mom who has gone through it, so that you know also when to seek help. Please come here and just explain that very shortly. How did you notice this?
When I got my child, I had to attend school and I had to do some business so that I can fend for my child. So my child used to get really sick. Like the first day I had her, she got really sick. We were admitted for like 2 weeks. And that's when I knew it was postpartum stress, because every time I took her, I couldn't breastfeed. I just used to cry. I don't know why. You asked me why I'm crying. I couldn't say why I'm crying. So when later on, when I came to research about it, I knew it was postpartum stress because of the internet, obviously. And when people now start talking to you, you get sorry about this. You need to breastfeed, because if you breastfeed, you bond with your child. At least that stress, you like release the stress to your child and you bond. That's really, really, really important for a mom. So yeah, that's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. One of the things I want to add to just what she has said, please should you experience this, do not be ashamed to ask for help. Because apart from bonding with your child, you also need somebody to listen to what you're going through and encourage you. Most of us, what tends to happen, and what I have seen with the moms who have gone through this before, is that they tend to isolate themselves. You kind of shut everybody out, and you develop this brand new plastic smile. How are you? Hi. You will, our baby is great. Everything is fine. He's growing. Imagine he has this many kilos. But you turn and your tears are here. You need to reach out to somebody. It may not, I'm sure you must have a best friend, you must have a sister, and really if you feel you have no one you feel you can open up to, you can even speak to your pediatrician about it. Because it is something that needs to be managed, and you need an outlet. Because what has research has shown is that women who go through postpartum stress eventually actually get into full-blown depression. So you may need to actually look at that again. We were talking about breastfeeding 6 months. Is there anyone who didn't quite breastfeed exclusively for 6 months? Anybody? No. All right. I want to talk about expressing milk. I'm sure a couple of us have done this before. Am I right? Expressing milk? Did you want to share your experience?
My daughter was born with a cleft lip, so I did not breastfeed at all. Okay. I used to express and give her through the feeding bottle. So it was quite difficult at first, but I thank God because I went through it. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Before you give back the mic, I want to ask you a couple more questions. What made it difficult at the beginning to express? And I think I'd like us to listen to this, because when month 3 comes and you have to go back to work, some things shift. And one of the things is pressure in the office and mommy's guilt. You're leaving baby at home. So I'd like us to just walk through this with her for a moment.
The difficulties, I can just say it's painful at first before you get used to it. It's very painful. And at times you have to breastfeed, to express more milk, for the whole day maybe. It's quite difficult.
All right, talk about allocation of time and the environment you need to set to express properly.
Sorry?
The environment, how are you supposed to be peaceful? How much time do you budget to be able to do this if you want to express?
Yeah, it takes time because it's not easy at all. You have to have a lot of time to do that, to get a lot of milk for the baby.
Okay, so are we talking about an hour, 2 hours,
yeah,
3 hours?
2 hours. It depends with your milk
production.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you about that. If you do not express, if you don't allocate the time to do it, then it can be a very frustrating experience. And you need to be mentally ready to start doing it. So if you're feeling, I'm going back to work from next week, so I need to start topping up the milk bank now, probably you will find that you'll not be able to express as much, not because you do not have the breast milk, but because of the pressure that I'm going back to work, I need to stock up. So I usually request that moms, you try and start doing it from month 2. Once you start doing it from month 2, it doesn't matter how little it is that you are being able to express at a time, you begin to store that away, and you find that you begin also to train whoever you're going to be leaving your baby with how to prepare a warm bath for the milk. Because ideally, once you remove it from the fridge or from the freezer, hopefully you've frozen it, is that you can't throw it into the microwave and do a quick defrost. That doesn't work. You move it from the freezer, put it in the fridge, let it defrost naturally, then prepare a hot bath for the milk. And if someone is not patient enough to actually do that, you find that the milk that is defrosted directly into the microwave can actually become poisonous for your child. And this is why it is important that you start doing this practice early. So the person who you're going to leave your baby with is going to be aware of what they need to do when you are away.